Welcome back, everybody. Today we're picking up where we left off, and I've got Shirley out here. She's going to help me glue this together. If it was for me, I'd try to do it by myself, but this is for a customer, and I would really like for it to be lined up perfectly. So I'm going to let her do that since she can see. I don't know if I can see where the camera is. Maybe I need somebody else out here. Anyway, she's going to put a coat of glue on each side of these. Then she will line them up and get the points to the blanket design. Get the little points to line up. I don't know if I'm holding this right or not. I had a failure earlier in this that what she's gluing together is mostly ingrain to ingrain, and that is a very weak joint. And the first one I made actually broke apart, and this is not uncommon. Another woodworker, his name is Gord Rock. If you get an opportunity, go to his website. He does some fantastic turnings. I think he's Canadian, but he ran into the same problem, that they would snap apart. So I used an old woodworking method or trick where you put glue on the pieces and a real thin coat. You just really thin, but you put it in, work it in really deep into the end grain. Let this dry before you try to glue it together. Then after it's dried, you apply glue to the parts, and you get a better result. It's stronger, but this is still very fragile. The least amount of pressure on the side is apt to snap this apart. Try not to push down too hard, because it will break. Once these are glued together, the joints are not going to be lining up from one to the next. Think of it as laying block or brick. The joints aren't lined up, so it will become a lot stronger after they're stacked together. But the initial gluing of these individual pieces is kind of delicate. After she gets a couple of these glued together, we'll come back and show you the result. Here she's got several pieces stacked up. And as you can see, as she goes along, she's looking at the pattern
wrong way
and making sure that it's lined up properly.
I can't tell. Okay, yeah, that's right.
I've about come to the conclusion that if I ever get this one made, I'll probably never try to recreate this pattern again. It's just a little bit more than I imagined. For me, anyway. Okay, we've got, we're down to the last strip. Just for your information, if you're interested, each strip, there's 8 strips total. Each strip has 37 individual pieces in there. And of course they're made up of yellow heart and bloodwood. And so we're almost ready to start clamping. I probably won't be able to video any of the clamping because we're going to be in too big a rush. And we have to make sure that as we clamp it, the pieces don't slide and move out of their position. We want to keep them lined up as close as possible. So after we get them clamped up, we'll take a shot of that. Then we just have to let it set up and dry overnight. Tomorrow we will scrape the glue off, the excess glue, and hand plane everything back down to flat and square before we start cutting the individual segments out to make the ring. Okay, here we are. We're all clamped up, and all we can do now is wait till sometime tomorrow when we will remove the clamps. We'll scrape off all the excess glue, and as I said earlier, we'll take a hand plane and plane the face sides and the edges, get everything square and level. Then we'll be ready to start cutting the segments apart. Sounds like somebody's got an air hammer going in the background. All right, we'll see you later. Have a good day. Bye.